Tonight, we report on who the next executive director for the Port of Moses Lake could be and how much money was donated to the candidates of the Grant County prosecutor race so far. What's going on in sports, Sean?
The Babe Ruth World Series is right around the corner, and King Felix breaks another major league record. Here's a glance at our Weather Center forecast.
And as we slide out of July and into August, no changes. Looks like August is going to start the way July ends. All the details coming up.
I'm Alan Troop. Stay tuned for all of this and much more on iFiber1 News.
From the iFiber1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFiber1 News, your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFiber1 News, and it starts now.
The Port of Moses Lake commissioners have been searching for a successor to Port Executive Director Pat Jones since May. Reporter Jeff Chu has the details on the potential new executive.
The Port of Moses Lake commissioners will offer the job of Port Executive Director to Jeffrey Bishop, City Manager and City Clerk of Miami, Oklahoma. The commissioners since May have been searching for a successor to Port Executive Director Pat Jones, who chose not to renew his 3-year contract for personal reasons. The commissioners went into closed session Wednesday to discuss the executive director hire and came out after about an hour to make their decision in open session. The Port Commissioners will now negotiate a salary and benefits with the hope that Bishop can start work in about a month. Bishop has been in Miami, Oklahoma since April 2012. Before that, he was Chief Executive Officer at Oregon International Port of Coos Bay for 7 years. Bishop was Manager of Industrial Development for the Port of Tacoma for more than 3 years before moving to Coos Bay. He is also the former Director of Properties and Development for the Port of Pasco. I'm Jeff Chu for iFiber1 News.
Grant County prosecutor candidate Garth Dano has raised nearly 3 times as much money as incumbent Angus Lee. In the first 3 months of reporting to the Washington State Public Disclosure Commission, Dano listed $43,030 in campaign funds. Lee has listed $13,850. The 2-man race will be decided in the November primary. Dano, a Moses Lake civil and defense attorney, is financially supported by 23 donors, including 6 attorneys, a dentist, a veterinarian, and a radio show host. Lee, the Grant County prosecutor, is financially supported by 2 deputy prosecutors, 3 business owners, 3 businesses, and an appraiser. A complete list of who donated to the candidates and how much they gave them is listed on our website at iFiber1.com. A woman is going to prison after helping to lure a man to a Moses Lake home to rob him. Sierra Webb, a 20-year-old Moses Lake resident, pleaded guilty in Grant County Superior Court to robbery in the 1st degree and kidnapping in the 2nd degree. She was sentenced to 2 years and 2 months in prison. Webb was one of 3 people charged with robbing a man after luring him to a cross-street home. The victim thought he was going to see a prostitute. The victim reported talking with a woman on a Moses Lake escort site. He arranged to meet her. When he arrived, Webb led him inside, and 2 men reportedly came into the home with guns and demanded money from the victim. The victim reported giving the men $400 in cash, his passport, and his debit card. They allegedly let the man leave about an hour after he arrived. They reportedly called him for the PIN to his debit card while he was talking with police. A Grant County inmate reportedly escaped the jail on his hands and knees as another man was being released. Prosecutors charged Jamie Hampshire, a 29-year-old Moses Lake man, in Grant County Superior Court with escape in the 1st degree. Hampshire was being held in the Grant County Jail on felony theft charges when he escaped Sunday morning. According to an Ephrata police report, video surveillance reportedly showed Hampshire contact an inmate who was being released. Hampshire allegedly got on his hands and knees and crawled out the door as the other man was walking out. The former inmate reportedly told investigators he tried to prevent Hampshire from leaving and returned to the jail to tell them about the escape. Now let's take a look at people currently being sought out by the Grant County Sheriff's Office.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
Stay tuned. Weather and sports are up next. We'll be right back after this.
Are you looking to improve your or your child's smile? At Casciati Orthodontics, we make it our mission to make braces more affordable and fun. Our business has proudly served the Columbia Basin for over 20 years, and our new conveniently located state-of-the-art facility offers a relaxing environment full of fun activities for the kids. We accept all types of insurance and have convenient payment plans available. Give us a call for a complimentary evaluation, no referral needed, or check us out on the web and make an appointment online.
At Moses Lake Community Health Center, we have had the privilege to serve the local communities since 1978.
What I like about working at this clinic more than any other clinic that I've worked at is the patient care. With the patient care team that we've assembled, it allows us to take care of as many facets of the patient and their family's needs.
Please take the opportunity to experience the high-quality care provided at our clinics.
And hi there, everybody. Meteorologist Don Morelli with you here on iFiber Channel 1 News weather and your forecast, of course, overnight this Thursday night into Friday. Brought to you by Bud Cleary Toyota Dealers. Toyota, let's go places. Well, we start a new month in just a few hours, and the scorching heat will continue, at least for the first week of our new month of August. And some of that could be setting records, as we've already had in a few areas this past week. Be aware of the heat stroke. No changes there. Check on the elderly, check on the young folks. Make sure both are well hydrated and find some air conditioning. And as usual, if you're hiking about, heading to the mountains, lakes, resorts, whatever, be aware of the fire danger across the area. 101 this afternoon, a few degrees shy of that 107 record set back in 1971. 75 degrees, very warm start to our Thursday morning. And the last afternoon of July in Moses Lake, 102 degrees. And as we slide into our first morning of August, looks like low 60s will again be what we wake up to in the Moses Lake area. 100 degrees still out there. And dew point pretty dry, which is, again, indicative of the high fire danger. Low humidities and high temperatures, dry vegetation, of course, all combines to give us a high fire danger. Forecast. Now, a couple of days ago, I said maybe Friday night, Saturday, we might have a sprinkle or two. Yesterday, it looked like it wasn't. Now, today, it does. That's weather business. It does look like this little disturbance might come up and give us a little threat of an afternoon shower on Saturday. But again, until then, it's there, right there. And you see how it just explodes a little bit. But it's really during the heat of the afternoon. And then as the sun sets, you see how everything just sort of fizzles. So hopefully one or two of you get cooled off naturally by Mother Nature, but don't look too hard because they'll be few and far between. And again, lightning bolts from these kinds of showers that we anticipate could start a fire. So be aware of that. West of the Cascades towards the ocean plain, you see that we see mid-70s along the coast, upper 80s to 90 inland areas. And speaking of inland areas, inland northwest, high 90s should be the rule. Now here will be a little warmer. Few degrees warmer than the high 90s in many areas, but still looking for that century degree mark to hit here or there across the area. I knocked off a few degrees here to make you feel a little cooler, but obviously it doesn't do too much, does it? Looking at the temperatures again, just hot. Not much change. Temperatures, upper 60s, lower 70s to start your mornings, and maybe an isolated shower on Saturday afternoon particularly. Keep it here. Sports is coming up next.
Toyota wants to know, how did you celebrate summer?
We go fishing. We like to hike. We love camping, mountain biking, as often as possible.
No matter the activity, there's a Toyota perfect to take you there. From that favorite fishing spot, camping area, or just a great summer drive, including Tundra. Now offered with reduced APR financing or an amazing lease. For details, see any of your Inland Empire Toyota dealers today and enjoy your summer to the fullest. Toyota, let's go places.
On the next episode of iFiber One's Inside Look, I'm going to take you on a guided tour of Ephrata's Basin's summer sounds. You'll meet the volunteers who make it all happen, and I'll sneak you backstage for an up-close look at the headliners, including Taylor Lynn and Little Texas. You also get to check out a few bands you probably never heard before. Some of these bands feature musicians from right here in the Columbia Basin. You can catch iFiber One's Inside Look on Channel 1 or online at iFiber1.com.
Welcome back. I'm Sean Wells with today's sports. The Babe Ruth World Series kicks off next week in Ephrata. I was able to catch up with Columbia Basin River Dogs head coach Randy Boroff about what to expect.
The 16 through 18-year-old Babe Ruth World Series gets underway Thursday, August 7th at Johnson O'Brien Stadium in Ephrata. 10 teams will be competing from all over the country. Columbia Basin River Dogs head coach Randy Boroff expects his team to do well.
Well, I would be disappointed if we weren't in the single elimination and a chance to get into the medal rounds.
Top teams from all over the country means top talent. When the River Dogs won the World Series back in 1998, they had 3 first-round draft picks the following year in the 1999 MLB draft.
There were 7 kids on that team: B.J. Garvey, Jason Cooper, and Ryan Domit, who is playing with the Atlanta Braves. So there's always some good talent that comes out of these ranks.
Boroff thinks Ephrata is the perfect place to host the Babe Ruth World Series.
Babe Ruth loves the small town. You look at the venue here. This is just this ballpark is really getting dressed up, and we also have great hitting facilities with batting cages, and we have another field across the street.
The World Series starts Thursday, August 7th at 5 p.m.
You can watch all the games live on Channel 1 or on Northland Cable Channel 3 or 9. With college football less than a month away, the first preseason coaches poll is out. The Washington Huskies under first-year head coach Chris Peterson checked in at number 25. The Huskies, who finished 9-4 last year, received 142 points in the poll. 5 other Pac-12 teams made the top 25, with Oregon and UCLA cracking the top 10. Defending national champion Florida State is number 1 in the poll. Bad news from Seahawk camp. The Hawks have confirmed that defensive tackle Jesse Williams suffered a serious knee injury in practice and had to be carted off the field. The 2013 fifth-round draft pick out of Alabama missed all of last season due to knee issues. Williams was impressing Hawk coaches early in camp and was expected to be a contributor this season. This injury comes just a day after backup tight end Anthony McCoy had to be carted off the field after suffering an Achilles injury. Well, that's it for sports. We'll be right back after this.
Searching for that perfect place to settle down? Whether you're looking for an elegant single-story, spacious two-story, or a custom home on acreage, Aho Construction can aid your decision with a streamlined production process that saves time, money, and natural resources. Compare us to other builders and see for yourself what advantages you can get by choosing an Aho home. Our philosophy is that we do things right the first time around. Start planning your dream house today with Aho Construction. Call 509-766-1366.
Just when I thought the blizzard couldn't get any better, DQ put the blizzard inside a waffle cone. This is mind-blowing. So when DQ asked me how I would tell the world, I said... Sounds better in Italian.
Pretty impressive, Liz. Any blizzard, like confetti cake, now in a fresh-baked waffle cone. This is fan food, not fast food.
Our spotlight story tonight is about a new restaurant coming to Moses Lake that will use local products to create their meals. Reporter Jeff Chu has the details.
The partners at Simmer Restaurant will be dedicated to using locally produced ingredients when the new Moses Lake business opens to serve lunches in mid-August. Meat dishes will be grilled over the embers of dried wood from cherry and apple trees. Longtime friends from Othello, Carlos Wright and Chris Selfridge, are partnering up in the restaurant business. They recruited experienced Portland chef Nick Cox to man the kitchen with an Argentine-style grill. Cox and Selfridge went to culinary school together. Wright said the restaurant going in at 101 East Broadway Avenue will feature seasonal organic ingredients.
We'll be working with local farmers out of Royal City, Ephrata. Pure Country Pork out of Ephrata. We actually plan on giving them a visit this afternoon, and so a lot of our ingredients are going to be based on what's growing and what's in the area. Even in the winter time, we'll find winter vegetables to work with.
Wright said the restaurant will open for dinner from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. once it receives its liquor license. The Simmer staff was the featured caterer at the recent Brews and Tunes event put on by Moses Lake Business Association. The restaurant will seat up to 40, including a beer and wine bar made out of recycled pallet wood.
We're going with the seasonal steakhouse. You'll allow to pick a protein and then a side with it. You know, we'll have a good selection of different sides, from pastas to braised greens to vegetables. I mean, whatever we have in the area growing, we'd love to share.
Simmer will open with quick lunch meals that can be taken out.
Our lunch service will be kind of quick. We'll have a lot of things you'll be able to come in and grab and walk out with. We were talking about like hand pies and panada type stuff, you can even come in and sit down and have a salad or a pasta also.
Wright explained the grow and buy local concept behind the restaurant.
I think it's important for businesses to support local economy. I think it's really important that we're putting our money back into this area instead of supporting other areas. I read in an article recently, if everybody spent an extra $100 just in their local town and local businesses, it'd put $1 million back into the economy, just in a town the size of Moses Lake.
Wright said the restaurant's focus will be to get away from genetically modified foods and go organic. Fresher, healthier food is the goal. Simmer Restaurant of Moses Lake can be found on Facebook. I'm Jeff Chu for iFiber1 News.
And we'll be right back after this.
Bud Clary Ford Honda is proud to be an automotive leader in our area. Since opening our doors over 54 years ago, we have kept a firm commitment to our customers. We offer a wide selection of vehicles and hope to make the car buying experience as quick and hassle-free as possible. You can trust that we will get you into the car or truck of your dreams. Bud Clary has an experienced and reliable service and parts department that is open extra hours to help fit our customers' hectic schedules. Come for a test drive today at 1200 South Pioneer Way. We are a proud supporter of Columbia Basin Athletics.
What's white and yellow and red all over? If you said the local book telephone directory, the one with the purple sunset on the cover, then you're right. In print and online at statewideyp.com, it features up-to-date local maps, community information, and a calendar of events. With a restaurant dining guide with full local menus and a reverse directory, you're sure to find the number you're looking for. With the local book telephone directory, it's the best way to get the information you need. Pick up a copy of the local book today or visit statewideyp.com.
An Ephrata resident was sentenced to 2 days in jail and community service after using pepper spray to rob a man of marijuana. Soda Pop Dunn, a 23-year-old man, pleaded guilty in Grant County Superior Court to theft in the 1st degree and assault in the 4th degree. Dunn has no prior felony convictions. He was sentenced to 17 days in jail with 15 of the days converted to 120 hours of community service. Dunn went to a friend's house in Mattawa and asked for marijuana, saying he couldn't pay for it. When the victim refused, Dunn took out a can of pepper spray, sprayed the victim in the face, grabbed the bag, and ran. The victim chased Dunn back to Dunn's vehicle, and the two began struggling inside the silver 2001 Chevrolet Cavalier. After Dunn put the car into gear, the victim pressed on the accelerator and crashed the car into his home. In Northwest news, some veterans are calling for a man's body to be exhumed after papers claiming he served in the military turned out to be fake. John Alberti was buried at the Tahoma National Cemetery, a cemetery reserved for veterans. Cairo 7 reporter John Nicely has more on the controversy.
John Alberti's remains now rest with the American Heroes at Tahoma National Cemetery in Kent.
He's a fake.
Alberti died in April with no next of kin. Two friends went through his stuff and found this, a certified military discharge paper. I got a copy. It details how Alberti was a Navy SEAL who won several medals fighting in Vietnam and was even decorated by President Kennedy. The Friends took it to the American Legion, who worked with the Tahoma National Cemetery to hold this ceremony on Thursday. For our true military heroes to be buried here at Tahoma National Cemetery, the cemetery needs a certified military discharge paper. Well, this is John Alberti's fake discharge paper. It was good enough to fool the American Legion and the cemetery. You will, however, notice some glaring mistakes, most noticeably Saigon misspelled twice.
It's a very good forgery. Not to me. I saw it. The guy couldn't even spell Saigon.
Don Shipley is a real Navy SEAL veteran who works to expose fake Navy SEALs. KIRO 7 confirmed with the Navy that Shipley's service is real and that Alberti never served one day in the Navy. In fact, Alberti was first exposed in 2008 thanks to the POW network. Alberti was homeless, staying with a couple in Kent. He told them his fake war stories of being a POW, and they submitted the discharge papers to the network. They did a check and found he was a phony, at one point posting his name on fakewarriors.org. But the site has since taken down all the names.
No, he needs to get out of there. He's buried among heroes.
I spoke to the director of the Tahoma National Cemetery, and he told me they accepted Alberti's remains thinking the fake discharge paper was real. But neither he nor the Department of Veterans Affairs could tell me what will be done with the remains now that he's been exposed as a phony. In Kent, John Nicely, KIRO 7 Eyewitness News.
This next story will have you saying, holy moly. Yesterday, Seattle park officials looked for the Mole Man, a transient they say has developed an elaborate series of underground tunnels, destroying precious parkland. Neighbors say they've been complaining about the problem for years. He's known as the Mole Man for acting like the animal. He digs deep ditches, caverns, steps, and even created an irrigation system in the environmentally protected green space. Neighbor Ed Newbold says the Mole Man is ruining some of the city's wetlands, having dug up about half an acre of the area. City officials went looking for him yesterday to give the person responsible for the tunnels a no trespass order, but no one could find him. The city said the man is homeless and it will try to get him social services so he can find a new place to live. Officials estimate fixing the damage he caused could cost tens of thousands of dollars. And that's going to do it for us here at iFiber One News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.